Welcome to another edition of Dan Factoids. In this edition, we'll be talking about general anesthesia and diving, as well as a particular medical complaint for which surgery is undergone. We got a question from a member asking us, they were going diving on the Wednesday afternoon, but were undergoing a surgical procedure, cystoscopy, which is basically a camera in the bladder, on the Tuesday, and wanted to know whether it would be safe to go diving afterwards. In addition, they were on some mild antibiotics and the symptoms were quite manageable. The question here is whether general anesthesia firstly may interfere with diving, secondly may predispose to decompression illness, and thirdly whether the bladder complaint and or the antibiotics may play a significant role. Well, first of all, depending on the type of anesthesia that is used, and nowadays often conscious sedation is used, which uses drugs such as ketamine or propofol, and those medications wear out relatively quickly, but it is unwise to go diving within 72 hours of a general anesthetic. Now, diving before the general anesthetic is a slightly different question. What I would say then is to make absolutely sure that there are no nitrogen bubbles that could be enhanced or enlarged as a result of the nitrous oxide that is used, or laughing gas as it is sometimes known, because that is definitely a potential problem. So my suggestion would be, if you really have to go diving on the Tuesday, then you should limit it to within 18 meters and 2/3 of the maximum dive time, and no more than 2 dives in that day. And that should leave you at a point where there are no circulating bubbles by the time you undergo the anesthesia, and the medication you mentioned like macrodantin and so on, we would not envisage being a problem. Clearly, we would not suggest you doing any diving in a remote location where you can't get to medical assistance if, for instance, your bladder symptoms were to become a significant problem during the dive. And as I always like to say, consider your buddy. It's not all about you, and it's very important that you also come into agreement with your buddy in terms of the condition that you are suffering, whether it's this or something else, because they are depending on you for their well-being. Anyway, that's all for today. We hope that it was useful. Until next time, safe diving.